Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. And today I would like to go over the XRP price chart. So, as we can see here from where we last left off, we've just continually been moving up on the long term. But recently, yesterday, I'm sure that most people saw that we got about a 10 to 13% pullback on most of these assets. And this was somewhat expected, you know. We knew that we just got a gigantic move up here. We broke out of this range. Let's see if I draw a line right here. We broke out of this range right here. Whoop. And that was our main move right here. That was the main move. So then we got this nice leg right here. Boom. Up to here. And then we hypothesized that it would be possible we got some type of pullback around this area. Actually, we got it sooner than we got it later so far. So I think as of right now, I can probably go ahead and delete these lines because, okay, fine. We didn't get another move up before we got our flush. We just got a little flush right now. Um, so as far as this current move that we just got here, obviously we broke down out of this consolidating triangle, very similar to XRP's normal structures, and pretty much we got a normal XRP consolidation here. If we really zoom in here, we got a normal XRP consolidation. It was upside down. Here was that move, came up, and it started to look like everything was about to go, and then you just kind of came down, and then boom, there was your break. It was fast. Then you got here, right here, you got a lower low actually, which is a bullish sign. So you got a lower low there now. The only problem that I would see with this is that usually these areas have leverage collected underneath them. So now there's going to be a lot of orders sitting right here. And sometimes XRP and other assets, they do this, collect orders here, just so that before they take their main moves, they can go ahead and just knock you out of your position, turn around, mess around, and then shoot up, and then leave you without holding a position. This would be in reference to people that got in right around here. I was looking at some social forums, and I did see that there were people still getting in around here. They went all in at 3.5. So it's only right that we get a little pullback to flush out weak hands. I mean, you just got in, you lost 10% of your portfolio, and you're not feeling good. And that's usually what happens a majority of the time when you're trading these assets because they're extremely volatile and they move down, 80 to 90% of the time. They move down. It's the opposite of the traditional stock market, right? Stock market creeps up, 70% of the time, 80% of the time, and then has large explosive spills, to the downside, whereas crypto assets are the opposite of the traditional financial system in that way, and they get large, quick moves to the upside, and then they get long periods of downwards movement, chopping. It just kind of chops downwards, so I would be somewhat careful for this low right here. I'm not saying that that's the final low on this consolidation. I'll show you guys in a second why I think it's possible it could be the low before the next move up as this parabola increases and it keeps going more parabolic. So as far as this move goes, we obviously got this large consolidation from December, and then we kind of just got our break here in July. So this is the nicest part of the move right here. right here. That's what you want right there. And then now we're going to get a pullback and we're going to see if we're going to take this area out. Chances are we're probably not. That was the cleanest part of the move. And then now we just build some sort of structure over here, or we just come back up and continue the parabola. In the past, I know you guys probably remember the Japanese yen carry trade unwind that happened right here on February 2nd. So there was a huge spill out. I mean, we were in a different place in the entire market when that happened. But that was about the move from there to there. And if you had a similar move, it would take you there. So I'm not saying that that's going to necessarily happen, but I think we know that XRP can be extremely volatile. So even if we got something like that, I wouldn't even be surprised. Now, the case for that just being the end of the correction here would be that we got that similar move here, breaking out of a consolidation. It would be a fractal repeating. So you would say, okay, you got your first move here, you got your first move here, and then you made a consolidation right here of about that size, right? And right here of about that size. Now you take it over here, and we're saying, okay, well, what would this move look like over here? About right there. And so at this point, you're nearing the end of the size of these consolidations. So is it a little bit smaller, and are we just going to pump up here? We're getting some bullish movement here. So just, if anyone's trading this, definitely watch out. My stop personally is 1.9196. This red line is not my stop. Might be a little confusing, but that was just a separate pattern that I was watching. So it seems as though we may almost be done with this consolidation and a retest. If we really want to retest, I mean, an important level on the structure is 2.67. You can tell it kind of splits the structure from the top half here, where you're iceberging, and then the bottom half. The actual level for here, I would say, would actually be exactly $3. So that would be the large magnet level attracting price. Let's see, $3. Oh yeah, we hit it already. So we already hit this level on a back test, and that's a very important level. So you came iceberged above it, spent a lot of time consolidated right against it, and then right here you got your first part of the move, the best part, and then you chopped up higher, zoop, and that was your break right there. So that was your break, came up, got a consolidation, boom, back test the $3 level. Are we going to come down further, and are we going to back test 2.67? We're gonna have to see. That's yet to be decided. For me as an XRP holder, I mean, obviously, I'm hoping for that it doesn't. But I just want everyone to be cautious, because sometimes we come here, come down there, make it look like it's coming out, and then you go here, whoop, like that, and it could even look something like that. This might even go lower. This might come down and touch 2.635. But you see this bleeding action here that just makes it feel like, oh, it's going up. Nah, God, no. Okay, oh, it's going up. Okay, oh, it's going up. Oh, no. Wait, it is. And then there's your breakout. So, I don't think it's going to take that long. I think that would be one of the worst case scenarios, unless you also went ahead and you just kind of came up here, and then if you come here and then go, whoa, whoa, something like that. you know. So we might come down, retest this. We might retest this line also. So, you know, just be aware of that. For me, I'm being extremely careful of any orders that I place on this low right here that was recently formed. That is not a solid low right down there. Hopefully, that was all we're going to get. That's about the same size of the consolidation. But anyways, that's where we're at. We got our first little pullback. I'm surprised it didn't go deeper. We got about 10%. What held up great was LiteCoin. But LiteCoin moves a little different, you know. It might spill less, go up a little more, then spill more as everything spills less. It just really depends. But as far as Litecoin goes, I just got to keep covering this because it's such an amazing structure. Same exact structure as XRP. We're just sitting in this funnel right here. Our breakout is going to be right here. That tells me there's still juice left in the market. Like the market hasn't even broke. Like when this breaks out, I'm going to say, yeah, that's all season. But right now we're still in consolidation. Luckily, we're moving up. And this is the 3-day chart. And I'm saying, okay, it is possible if we have a pullback here. And then I expect us to go. Something like that. So the best case scenario was that we just come straight up here, come here, consolidate right against this level, saying, oh, can we break it? Can we break it? Boom. And then we get our massive breakout. Then we get a retest. Then we go up. So that would be the best case scenario. It is possible we get a little dip right now. The interesting part about this recent correction was that Bitcoin just stayed in its consolidation, and it's an upwards bull flag consolidation. So yeah, I know Bitcoin dominance took a hit and it looked like the entire market was selling off, but really I was just so surprised. I was so surprised that Bitcoin stayed in its structure. Look at this. This is actually the same structure that XRP makes. Um, so now we're really seeing, hey, are we going to get that second leg down to take out the current low to, you know, really knock everyone out, really get everyone devastated before we break up? Um, or are we about to break up out of this consolidation here? If I put some lines on this consolidation for you, we're looking right here. That is your breakout point. If you cross that line, I'm going to be pretty bullish as long as we get at least to about... If we get back to 122, I'm insanely bullish. I'm just going to put it that way. As far as right now, we're still in this consolidation. And because Bitcoin didn't break down, this little, see that little move right there? That's all the altcoins dipping like 13%. Mainly it was actually a move on Bitcoin dominance, and Bitcoin stayed strong. We have a consolidation here. We haven't broken either way. And I think this is a great thing to look at if we're going to see, okay, what direction is the market going to go? You could say that this thing has already broken out, but I'm not going to go that far, and I'm going to say we're still waiting. So there you go. It was mainly a move on Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin is in an upside consolidating triangle, the one we've seen so many times from these assets. Do we get a fake breakdown, then a move up? What do we get? So we're just waiting to watch these two lines. So breakout at 120, and I'm saying that this might get messed around. This level might get messed around a bit of 117. So I'd be like, okay, 116. So do we break 116 to the downside, or do we come up and we break 120, 121 and get a move out of here? When this breaks, who knows? Litecoin might have the start to its move. It's gone up less and it's gone down less because it's in the tightest part of its consolidation. But in my opinion, it's ready to go. So, we'll see which way we get a break. That might have been our sell off, and then now we just go. So, we're going to just keep watching. Be careful of the current lows that were set on a lot of these assets because it could be a false bottom. We could just have a little fake bottom here, come up, mess around, and come back down. Take that out a couple times before we go. Just, so they flush you out, a little bit here, a little bit there. Your portfolio gets destabilized, and then, you got leverage, and you tried to add because you had some more. So that's why for me, I'm not looking to add at this point. I'm just staying safe with my stop on 1.91. And hey, if it works out, it works out. So I hope that everybody has a wonderful day and thank you.